something interesting just happened at work, and I thought it was worth mentioning and exploring from a objective personality point of view. Somebody was talking about some technical thing, I'm a software engineer, and said something surprising, and my go-to response was, wait, what? I didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to guess. I wanted clarity of, okay, what exactly are you talking about? Are you talking about this? Are you talking about that? Are you talking about, is it this part that you're talking about or that part you're talking about? It's just interesting that my go-to response was, okay, stop everything before we can go any further. Let's get absolute clarity on what it is we're talking about. So what does that mean from an OP point of view? From an objective personality point of view, the what is typically the sensory, the facts and the details, the literal things, not the connections between things, but the actual things. And my personal makeup, I have ST Consume. ST, or sensing and thinking combined, are when that's the most clear. That's where you get clarity in your personality stack. You know, you can have ST Consume, ST Blast, ST Sleep, or ST Play. My wife has ST Blast, so she speaks very, very clearly. When she explains something, it's very, very easy to understand what she's talking about, when she's talking about it. You know what she's talking about. It's very clear. On the other hand, I have ST Consume, so I want very much to have clarity of what I'm taking in. I want it to be extremely clear exactly what, and I'm not as interested in hearing the shades of, I don't want to read in between the lines, I don't want to think, I don't want to guess, I just want it to be super clear. Then, once I have the clear what, then I feel confident to jump and to guess, okay, maybe this is going on, or maybe this is the reason, maybe this is the connection of what's going on there, what broke and why this is happened, or whatever. But I think that's interesting. Makes me wonder, what would the different types of consume be looking for when they're listening to things? Do other people stop, put the brakes on, and say, okay, let's get clarity on what first? I know for a fact that is not how a lot of people work. Sometimes I'll be talking to somebody about something technical, and instead of putting on the brakes and making sure that they have clarity for themselves before guessing and before reasoning and before blasting, they will jump to conclusions and assume that they know what I'm talking about. And then the conversation is about different whats. I think that they understand the what I'm talking about. They think they understand what I'm talking about, but we have two different whats in our mind, and then the conversation, we're just not connecting because we're talking about completely different things. My wife has that really, really good, clear blast where she can explain things really, really clearly, but I don't. I have the NF blast, which is very, it's much harder to communicate very precise things. It's not like I can't do it. Of course I can do it. It's very draining. I want to go, communicate with a lot of non-verbals, of kind of, draw things out with my hands, point to things. And I end up putting a lot of the burden on other people to figure out the what themselves, read the what themselves, because since it's so easy for me to just, read 1,000 miles of text to find the what that it's talking about, I just naturally, subconsciously assume that everybody's like that, and so treat people the way that I want to be treated, in a shallow kind of treating people how I want to be treated sort of way. But you know, how would I want to be treated if I were them? If I had NF consume, if I had NT consume, I would be much less interested in the what and much more interested in the why and the connections and the guesses. So I guess the lesson is I need to get better at communicating more clearly, to put less pressure on other people to have to do a lot of work to understand what I'm saying. So I guess I need to spend more time using my my sleep and blast to narrow down and focus in on what it is I'm trying to say before saying it, stopping myself to build that clarity before sharing it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, see you later.